Hello everyone, my name's Chris Sexson. I'm a church risk advisor with AG Financial Insurance Solutions. And today, I'm going to give you 10 tips to help protect your ministry. Tip number 1, when you begin your insurance and risk management program, use an agent that specializes in working with churches and has access to an A-rated carrier that also specializes in insuring churches. This will help to make sure that your church ministry is covered correctly and there aren't any gaps in your insurance policy. Number 2, this one's very, very important. Remember to conduct background checks on all paid and volunteer workers and employees that come in contact with minors and or have keys to the church. This will make sure that the people that are working with the minors in your church are the right people. Tip number 3, perform reference checks on those individuals who had background checks. And also, always remember to file all background and reference checks in a permanent file, whether that's a paper file or on your computer. I would recommend keeping those files on a computer and scanning them in and backing all the information up on an external hard drive. Number 4, remember, comply with the 2-person rule that no adult or leader of any kind will be left alone with a minor. One of the biggest problems we see in churches is sexual abuse. This will help make sure that your ministry doesn't get into a situation that it shouldn't be in by always complying with the 2-person rule. Tip number 5, try to replace any and all 15-passenger vans as soon as practical. Remember to have church driver forms for everyone that will drive children, and also use our 15-passenger van checklist before each trip if you have to use a 15-passenger van. To obtain the 15-passenger van checklist, you can feel free to reach out to me, or you can also go to our website at agfinancial.org, and we'll be able to give you that information. Tip number 6, don't allow any vendor or contractor to do work without providing a certificate of insurance showing proof of general liability and workers' compensation insurance. And please make sure that you have a vendor agreement in place. What this does is it protects your ministry by making sure that any vendor or contractor that comes into the church to do work or help out the church, that they have proper insurance coverages in place so you're not liable for their actions. Tip number 7, don't allow others to use the church facility without having a facilities use agreement in place. This is just very good practical advice. Anyone that comes into the church that's not part of the congregation and is using your facilities, please make sure you have a facilities use agreement in place. Tip number 8, don't ever sign any contracts or agreements without first reading carefully and having your agent or risk manager make sure the contract doesn't hold the church harmless. Basically, a hold harmless agreement is a legal agreement that states one party will not hold another party liable for a risk. One big area we see this happen is with inflatables. For example, if your church is having a fall or harvest party and the church brings out inflatables, you need to make sure that that agreement you're signing is not holding the inflatable company harmless. You want to make sure that you have the proper insurance coverages in place and that inflatables are covered under your liability exposures. Tip number 9, if your church goes on any foreign missions trips, please remember to go through Assemblies of God World Missions or have the church purchase Mission Assure and complete a parental consent form and or an assumption of risk form. What this is going to do, it's going to protect those people that go on those missions trips. It's going to make sure that if something happens while they're away, that there's going to be enough money there to make sure that they're protected and their injuries are covered. And finally, the last tip, number 10, remember, keep all past insurance policies in a permanent file. What this will do is, if there's ever a claim that occurs or something that comes up that happened a long time ago, you will be able to reference back to your old insurance policies to see if that claim should and hopefully is covered. Again, my name's Chris Sexson with AG Financial Insurance. If you have any more questions or need more information, please feel free to visit our website at agfinancial.org, click on the insurance tab, or please feel free to contact me at my email address, csexson@agfinancial.org. Thanks so much.